This right here gonna be a cakewalk.
One of the most intense and competitively stacked tournaments of last year was with the Pakistanis. They had a local, and in that, you seen like little kids dominating, displaying skill that most regions' top players barely possess. You seen a level of skill there that is crazy, but it's really like gated off, it's locked off because they can't travel. A lot of the times, the tournaments have to go to them, or only a few people make it out. And Arslan Ash is like the face of Pakistan, the face of Tekken, really. And even at times, he has difficulty traveling. Some of his close friends, Atif, has difficulty traveling. And just recently, Arslan Ash made an announcement that shocked everyone, but it also just speaks to how important and serious the conversation is. This comes from a Japanese news article which says, press release, Arslan Ash arrives in Japan to establish his base of operations for battles in earnest. Looking ahead to activities in Asia Pacific region after arriving in Japan, Ash formally signed a contract with our company regarding agent and management services. We'll look at the tweet that Arslan made in just a second, but first let's take a look at the blog post they made about this. Pakistani fighting game player Arslan Ash, who achieved world-class results in Tekken 8 following his success in Tekken 7, has come to Japan with aims of adding Japan to his fighting game base as he looks ahead to the future of competitive activities. The initiative has undertaken the aim of creating an environment in which Arslan Ash can concentrate on his competitive activities at a higher level. We have officially signed a contract with a global agency company. Going forward with Japan as one of his main bases of operations, we plan to continue participating in international tournaments, interacting with competitive scene, and engaging with the global competitive activities. One interesting thing about this is like, the difference between Japan and Korea. Japan has a very, very, very active fighting game community. The locals, the offline environments there is really great. Street Fighter also there is massive. So it makes sense why he would choose that over Korea, even though Korea has a lot of top talent as well. Japan is kind of just a hub for fighting games at the moment. A message from Arslan Ash says, I am very happy to be adding Japan to my base of operations and starting a new chapter. My career in esports is not long, so I want to give it my all in this moment. Furthermore, we choose base of operations. I place particular importance on the following 3 points. 1. Geological travel, convenience for international tournaments and away games. So this is basically like being able to move to tournaments fast if something comes up. This was a major restriction, what we talked about at the beginning of the video. Then also he says a place where players can live with peace of mind. Japan, very peaceful, very respectful. And then 3, a competitive environment where high quality matches can be played on a daily basis. And that once again talks about the local environment and how a lot of people will travel there. On Twitter, Arslan Ash says, a new chapter begins. I moved to Japan to push myself at the highest level. While still competing around the world, I will always represent Pakistan. Esports careers are short, so I'm giving this my absolute best. The thing about this that's also important to note is that this is kind of like a base of operations. Even though Arslan Ash is the one who's moving there, I'm sure a lot of his teammates, a lot of his players that, is a part of his team, those guys will also be traveling there too, quite frequently to, play matches, because this is the base of operations. This is where these guys can go and kind of like be stationed there. So not only will this make just the overall talent of Tekken better, because you now have like Korea, Japan, and Pakistan all so close together, but now you have less restrictions and these players can really just like do what they love, which is playing a game, having a good time, and competing.